Hey, what's up, guys? I hope you guys are doing okay. Now, in regards to this project, I wasn't too sure as to where I was gonna start. But I figured that since the homepage is where most of the work is going to be, we might as well just start off with that and get it over with, and then all the other stuff like the blog setup and all of that will come afterwards. And so, what we're gonna mainly focus on within this project is, within this video, is to set up the project itself as a Laravel project. Like I explained before, this wasn't necessarily a Laravel project, but like I said, just building a static website just felt a bit boring to me. So I figured I might as well just add a Laravel element to it. So in any case, we're gonna just set up the project along with all of the resources that we're gonna need in building this particular website, and then the other section, the main section we're gonna focus on in this video is oh, by the way, I'm using, this is Adobe XD. This is what I use to design the website itself. So what we're going to do is mainly focus on this landing area here within this video, and then all the other parts will just come afterwards. Because I figured that initially when I built this project, I saw that it took a while to just set up this whole part here. So I thought that it might as well just set up this particular site. This particular landing page as its own video, and then all the other parts of the website will just do it in a series of videos. So with that being said, so yeah, we're gonna start with this landing page over here. I hope you guys can see my mouse. We're gonna start with this landing area over here, and then yeah, that's pretty much it. So in terms of the resources, um, in the project video, or in the project introduction video, I didn't explain this. I forgot to mention that I was also using Font Awesome for the icons, and so I'll leave a link in the description below to this particular site so that you can download Font Awesome. And then I did mention Bootstrap within that video. So this is the link to the Bootstrap page. I will leave a link in the description below, and then you can just come here and download Bootstrap because we're going to be using Bootstrap a lot within the project itself. And then for the icons, we'll be using Font Awesome. Now, the other thing that I wanted to mention was that there's a particular font that I used. If you check this headline here and the name of the website, I used a font called Luckiest Guy. So I got this from Google Fonts. So what you can do is what I did was just browse around, and then I kind of liked the Luckiest Guy font. So you can just come to Google Fonts, just type there Luckiest Guy. This is the one. And then once you click on this, you should go to another page. I'll show you, like this one over here, and then it'll bring up this bar on the right here. And then this particular bar, you can either select whether you want to copy this link and set it up within your page, or you can use this import statement here in your CSS file. But what I did was I downloaded the file itself and then installed it on my machine because I wanted it to I wanted to have access to it globally. So it's up to you as to how you want to set it up. But yeah, I just wanted to mention that because this isn't a font that's by default found on Windows. So if you want it, you can just go to Google Fonts, type there this name, Luckiest Guy, and then this is the font, and then decide, and you can choose as to how you wanna set it up within your machine. What else? That's pretty much it. So like I said, I'll leave a link in the description below as to where you can download that file. All right, so the other thing that I wanted to mention was this folder that you see here. This was the original project that I showed you guys within the introduction video. So in here, if you oh, by the way, I will link this up to my GitHub page, so don't stress about this. I'll leave a link in the description below as to where you can download this project. But what I wanted to show you was that I entered into the folder itself, and then I'm gonna go into the public folder, and then in here there's a folder called images. So in here you will find all the images that we're gonna use within this project. Most of them are here already within the root folder, and then some of the other images for the blog posts I set up in a separate folder called blog. And so when you download this project from my GitHub page, you will find those images within there. So since that is done, now I've set up my project. I'm gonna set up my project in a folder called C drive. This is the folder path to where I'm gonna set up my project, which is the C drive, and then there's a folder called YouTube, then Laravel. So now here with my command prompt, I'm gonna use Composer to install and set up my Laravel project. And so the other thing is that in the description below, I'll leave a link to a video where I show you how to install Composer, which is going to be on Windows. And so if you want to see how that's done, just check that video out, and then you'll be able to see how to install Composer and set up a Laravel project using Composer. Okay, so enough of the chit chat. So what I'm gonna do now, like I said, I navigated into the folder where I want my project, and so here within the command prompt, what I then need to type is uh, Composer create project, and then I have to say Laravel, and then Laravel again, and then now we have to give our project a name. So initially I named it Food Lovers Daily, but I think that's a bit of a long name. So what I will name this project is FLD, for Food Lovers Daily. And so you can name it whatever you want, whatever is suitable for you. But I'm just going to keep it short and name it FLD. And then I'm going to press enter. So now it's going to download the project files into my folder here. So I'm just going to pause the video and give it a chance to just install all the files that it needs. And then we will continue with the video once it's back up. One moment for me, please. All right, guys. So my project is done installing, and then it has been successfully installed. You shouldn't, if you've done it as I've done, you shouldn't see any errors. So for me, so far, there's no errors, and so I think we can then test the application. So like I said, it installed it within my project folder. So now I'm just going to open this with VS Code and then test out the application. So now that I have now that I have our application opened with VS Code, I'm going to run the artisan command to start the server. So it's going to be PHP and then serve. And then now I'm just going to open the browser just to check and see if it's running. So you should see this after you type this command. You should see it saying that Laravel started on development server on 127.0.0.1 8000. The port would be 8000. All right, guys. So Laravel is up and running. Just so you know, VS Code crashed on me, and so the port number is now different for my machine. So it's going to be 8001. For some reason 8000 is now blocked, but in any case, just so you know, when you see me type in 8001, that's because the port changed on my machine. Yours might have not, but yeah, in any case, Laravel is up and running, so that means now we can continue to set up the resources that we're going to need for our application, which is going to be Font Awesome, Bootstrap, etc. Actually, let me close off these tabs here. Okay. So I have Bootstrap downloaded onto my folder called C Drive YouTube Downloads. Wherever you downloaded your resources, that's fine. But I have Font Awesome and Bootstrap downloaded within these within this particular folder. So what I'm going to do is first I'm going to come to the project itself, and then I'm going to go in, and then in public. So here I'm going to create a couple of folders. So the first one is going to be CSS, and then the second one is going to be images, Okay, so I just want to move this over to the side. So now I'm going to go into Bootstrap. So I downloaded just the distribution folder, not the whole Bootstrap repository. So I'm going to come here where it says CSS, and then in here for Bootstrap I'm going to take two files, which is the Bootstrap, what you call it, bootstrap.css file, along with the bundle. Where is it? There's a bundles file in here. Oh, actually, no, there isn't. Um, that's in the JS folder, not the CSS file. So I'm going to copy these two files into the CSS folder here, but I'm going to create a different folder for Bootstrap. Then I'm going to paste both of them in here. Okay, so now I'm going to copy over the font awesome files. So I'm just going to go back one directory here. Or actually, before we do that, let's also copy over the JavaScript files that we're going to need for Bootstrap. So in here, I'm going to go back. This is the project folder, just remember that. So I have to create a JS folder within here. I'm just going to name that JS. All right, so this is the file that I need, the bootstrap.bundle file. So I'm going to copy both of these, copy them into this JS folder that we just created. Okay, so now let's go back to copy font awesome. So I'm going to go back into the CSS folder now. All right, so this is the folder that I'm going to copy. If you've downloaded Font Awesome, when you extract it, you should have the same folder as this one. So I'm going to copy the whole thing and then paste it within the CSS folder. All right, so after copying these files, now we need to go back to we will need to go back one directory where we need to copy the images back. What you call it, the images that we're going to use within our project. So now I'm going to go back again. So like I said, if you've downloaded the original project within the GitHub repository, I'll show you now where you need to get the images themselves. So this project that you see here, Food Lovers Daily, this is the one that I've uploaded to the GitHub page. So if you come in, if you've downloaded this folder, if you come down here, what you call it, within the directory itself, we're going to go to public, and then from there on, we're going to go to images. Okay, so you will find all these images within there, including the blog images, even this one here where it says recipe. So all I'm going to do is copy the whole folder contents, and then I'm going to go back to that folder, what you call it, to our project folder, and then paste it within the images directory. I'm just going to go back a couple of times. All right, so we're going to paste all of it here within the images folder. Okay, so those are the images that we're going to be using within our project. So I only set them up here because I want us to just have ease of access when we need to upload or when we need to set up these images within our project. So yeah, so now I think we have all the resources that we're going to need within this project. So I think I can close now. I think let me just leave this particular folder open. Okay, so if we come back to our project, um, okay, so let's first start within the resource folder and then views. So here we have a welcome.blades. Let me see. Let me just create an index page here. Right. Okay, before we do this, actually, we need to create another folder in here. This one is going to be master. And then in here, we're going to create um, a template. So we're going to say template .blades.php. All right, so this is the template that all the pages that we are going to create are going to extend. So in here, what I'll do is I'll just say yield, and then I'll just say page title. I know there are much cleaner ways to do this, but let's just keep it let's just keep it simple. All right, so now I want to link all of the files, all of the style sheets that we're going to need. So we're going to say we're going to add them here at the top. So the first one is going to be the Bootstrap one. So for that, we're going to use a helper function called asset. And then remember our Bootstrap file is sitting within the CSS folder. So it's going to be CSS and Bootstrap. And I named that right. Yeah. And then it's going to be boot.css. All right, let me just double check that. So it's CSS and then Bootstrap. That's correct. And then bootstrap.css. All right, so by default, this asset helper function looks within the public folder. So that's why we don't need to append it here before the CSS directory. So that's fine. So the next file we're going to need is in here, we're going to create another CSS style sheet. This is going to hold our custom styling. So I'm going to name that main.css. Okay, and then I'm going to copy that link, paste it here, and then we named it main.css. Okay, and then we're going to also upload the font awesome, what you call it, style sheet, which is font awesome, CSS, and then all. So what we need to do is say font and then I believe it's CSS, and then we're gonna link the dot all CSS. Okay, so let me see, I got that right. Font awesome. Okay, just to test out and see if this works, I'm gonna let me see. Yeah, let me just say I. So this I tag is what we're gonna be using to set up our icons. So for that, I'm gonna say fa user. So I'm just doing this just to test and see if it's gonna show if we've linked our font awesome correctly. The other thing I need to test is Bootstrap. So let's do this. I'm gonna copy this and then I'm gonna say, excuse me for that. I'm gonna say container, and then I'm gonna say an h1 tag. Then I'm gonna give it a class of display 4. It's actually -4. Let me just call that header. Right, and then I'm just gonna put this icon right below it. So I'm gonna paste it back. Okay, what else? I think those are the main two we need to just test for now. So in the index page that we created, we are then going to extend this particular file. So for that, we're going to say um, master and then template. So you don't have to put the dot blade after that. You just have to say master and then template. So it's sitting within the master folder, and then there's the template. So since we have that, now let's go and change the routing. So we're gonna come here within routes and then web. So we're gonna change this from welcome to view, sorry, to index. So what it's gonna do is just pull up this index file that we created, which is extending the master template. So if you come back here and we refresh, okay, so it looks like I made a spelling error here. So let's just come back here and then let's try again. Okay, so as you can see, the header tag is styled and then the icon is also showing. So it looks like we linked all our resources correctly. So now the other one is just to test this. I don't think we need to test this because it's pretty much straightforward. All right, so since we've done this, I don't know, the video seems a little bit long already, so I'm not sure if we should continue trying to create the landing page. But I think that we should end it here, and then in the next video we're going to start with creating the landing page that we need to create, which is this section over here. So I think, yeah, let's just end the video here, and then in the next video we will start working on this landing section here. If it doesn't take too long, we might even do this about section here, and yeah, but we'll see how it goes, and then yeah, just take it from there. All right, guys, so that's it for the video. Like I said, I hope I wasn't too fast and you were able to follow along with what I was doing in terms of setting up the project. Like I said, those images that you saw there, you'll find them in my GitHub page, and I mean, you'll find the project, the link to the project to upload it on my GitHub page, and and then yeah, man, we'll start working on the landing site and the landing page on in the next video. And again, if you've liked what you've seen so far, please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And I'll see you guys within the next video. All right, cheers for now.